Outside today is cold, it is dark, it is miserable, sort of quintessential winter weather. So I thought, what a great opportunity to settle in, get cozy, and try a new craft. So if you saw one of my videos a couple of weeks back, you might recognize this thing. It is just a diamond art kit that I picked up, and I picked it up specifically for two reasons. Number one, I have wanted to try diamond art painting for a while, but number two, I need a present for my mum, and her absolute favorite animal is wombats, and lo and behold, we have a wombat. So we're killing two birds with one stone today. I get to try something new and my mum gets a present out of it. To level with all of you right now, I don't know how I'm feeling about this one. Diamond art painting, it's one of those crafts that I think, like, I saw it in a craft video I had playing in the background. This is going back probably a couple of years now. I saw it, I thought, that looks interesting, but then I proceeded to do nothing about that until now. So while I have a baseline interest in, diamond art painting, it is sort of the same baseline interest that I have in most crafts. I'll acknowledge it and think to myself, that would be fun to attempt. I'd like to learn that. It's not something that I've been dying to sink my teeth into, partly because there is like a lingering concern in the back of my mind that I'm going to hate it. Because for what I have seen about diamond art painting, it can be like incredibly repetitive. And I know for myself, like personally, when it comes to crafts that specifically require anything repetitive, I can go one of two ways with it. I could take like the meditative route where I can just do that motion over and over, and I find it calming. I can just zone out a bit and just go with the flow. But then there's the other option, and that other option is tedium. The repetitiveness becomes so boring and I get so frustrated that I will just completely lose any fascination I ever had with the craft. I don't know yet what category diamond art painting is going to fall into, but there is a part of me that fears it's going to be the second one. But the only way I'm going to know that for certain is if I try it out. So that is what I'm going to do here today. And at least with this specific kit, I know that even if I find myself not so partial to diamond painting as I go through the process, I'm still going to finish this one because it's for my mum, and I'm not going to have like a half-finished leftover project that's gonna get chucked in the bin. Okay, so we're not wasting anything here today. I am going to finish this one, even if I end up hating it. Okay, so first things first, let's get set up here. So let's have a look at this kit. Like, I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing here. When I said before that my exposure to diamond art painting was that I saw it once in a craft video I had playing in the background, like, that was no exaggeration. That is literally what happened. And I think I might have seen like some short form videos on Pinterest back in the day. But yes, my knowledge of, make sure I'm recording that, my knowledge of diamond art painting is fairly limited, I think it's fair to say. Like, my biggest question is, how exactly do you get the little diamond things to stick to the canvas? Is it a glue situation? Is it a sticky background situation? Is it you have to like press them in, sort of like stud situation? I do not know. But I suppose if I want to find answers to those questions, I best read the instruction. Let's break this down. Number 1, ready the tools. Done. Number 2, put 1 bag of diamonds into the plastic tray and shake a few times. Okay, I'm not going to do that yet. One fear I do have completing this craft here is that I'm going to spill the diamonds like all over my floor and they're going to get lost in my rug. I'm not generally a clumsy person, but anytime I have to deal with like tiny little particles of art and craft materials, there, I do worry that I'm going to lose half of it to the carpet. Anxiety can be a bitch, really. That's what it boils down to. Okay, number 3. Insert a small amount of silicone clay into the groove. Use the pen to stick the diamonds. Silicone clay, are we provided? Okay, there it is. I'm guessing that's the silicone clay. Use the pen to stick the diamonds. Remove the transparent film and stick the diamonds on the canvas according to the corresponding letters. Press with hands or a book after sticking to ensure that the diamonds are firmly attached. Number 7, finish. All right, well, the process seems fairly straightforward. And you know what? I think this is going to be a hair tied up kind of craft. I want to... And I thought I'd never use this again. I used my copy of the Silmarillion, I think, once to like literally do this to flatten something, and then it just stayed in my background ever since because I thought the colors matched. But no, now it proves how useful it can be. Good job, Parsley. All right, so we're just going to leave that flattening for a second. And while that does so, I'm going to set these up. I need my tray. I need my little bit of silicone stuff. And I need this. What I'm questioning most at the moment is the silicone. Do I just literally insert the pen into the silicone? That's what it looks like. And my assumption kind of is at this point, I might need to like replace this as I go. Maybe I get like 1,000 diamonds out of it or something, just as an example. And then maybe I have to change that. So let's do that. I'm going to press that right in the corner. That did nothing. All right, there's a little bit in there. I'll see how that works. And then, okay, the first colour I can see, yeah, you can't see my finger. You can see my finger now. So the first colour I can see there is F. So I'm just going to grab out an F sachet here. This is a lot of, I was going to call them beads. Not quite beads, are they? Rhinestones? Would we call them rhinestones? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. This is a lot of rhinestones, isn't it? What have I gotten myself in for? Maybe I should have started with like a 1,000 rhinestone project instead of one that has more than 13,000. But the smaller ones didn't have wombats on them, did they? So that is why I didn't get them. And I feel like that did pretty much nothing. That's okay. You know what? Blue tack to the rescue. I knew there was a reason I kept some of that in my crochet tools. So we're going to pop some of this in each of the corners. All right. And I'm also going to put some under my tray. All right, so hopefully that will help prevent me knocking the little flimsy plastic tray and having rhinestones just rain down on my carpet. Let's fill our tray up with color F. Oh my god. That's so many rhinestones. Now, I don't know how accurate this kit is, so whether they give you like more rhinestones than you need or have actually counted out the specific amount required. But just that, like, that's a lot of color F rhinestones, and that is one packet. I got all these packets to go. The only way I'm going to get through them all is to shut up and start diamond painting. So I'm going to remove the first part. Okay, so that is sticky. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Can we see right in the corner here? So I tried to pick up the tray, forgetting it was literally blue tack down. So if I put that there, all right, and I bring that over, and I literally just pop it on there. My silicone's already run out. So the one thing that I can't say about this craft is that it's difficult. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just a nice, simple craft, I think. And maybe, like, as I think about it now, perhaps it is a good alternative for people with, you know, disabilities, hand issues, like other other health conditions, because like one of the reasons why I'm doing this today specifically, I mean, other than the reasons that I've already mentioned, is that just like the last week or so, I've had to like really cut back on my crocheting. Like I was hoping to have another crochet video out whenever this one goes up, but I've just not been able to crochet very much. Just almost dropped my pen. Not being able to crochet very much at all. But doing something like this, and I know I've just got into it, so perhaps my opinion is going to change as this goes on. But like just from the beginning here, it's definitely not as strenuous on my hands as crocheting would be. So yes, it's not as difficult from what I've gleaned so far in my placing of 5 rhinestones. But yeah, I definitely don't mean that as like a pejorative or negatively. I think I'm gonna have to move this tray. I feel really inefficient, like I'm wasting time and energy just going back and forth. It'd be so much easier to do it here. I mean, you guys probably get the gist of what I'm doing, right? It doesn't have to be in full view. Don't spill. Please don't spill. Yes. Okay. I'm just going to pop you. I think I've done all of the F squares. They seem to be like predominantly located down the bottom here. I can't seem to find any in the wombat itself. Yeah, that's left me with, don't tip out, this many rhinestones. So I think I'll just pop them back in their original bag, because like I have checked, but you know, you make mistakes sometimes. I may have missed an F here or there. So just in case I need these later. And I'll probably secure that with some sticky tape or something so they don't come spilling out. But now that I've finished all the F ones I can see on the bottom layer here, I think I'm just going to continue on with that. So like the next letter I can see is like G. I've got some 1s, some 3s, like letters and numbers. What in the algebra is this nonsense? But I don't know, maybe did they run out of letters? As long as I know what colour goes where, I don't think it's really relevant whether it's a number or a letter that indicates that. I'm going to stop rambling because like this is going to take me a little while. So I want to get a move on, and the next colour I'm going to do, let's go with G. Where's G? Well, that's G to G. Now we are going to move on to K. It's peeing time. We're switching things up and going with numbers now. Number 1. Number 3. Number 6. Which is also, coincidentally, the number of hours I've been working on this thing today. And I'm not even halfway finished. Oh, that's probably a bit dark, isn't it? It's gotten progressively darker as the day's gone on. But anyway, that says number 5. Number 7. At least I've got a bit of variation this time. It's a slightly awful shade of green instead of the slightly awful shades of brown I've had up until this point. I think that's literally it for number 7. There wasn't many of those at all. Alright, well, I got my next colour lined up, and that is going to be number 4. What did you turn your house upside down for? What did you turn your house upside down for? Okay. I have been at this diamond art painting thing all bloody day, and like, I have thoughts so far, but I'm going to save the bulk of that to the end of this video. Suffice to say, the short version at the moment is I am neutral on diamond art painting so far. I don't hate it. I don't really dislike it even, but I don't have that sort of immediate like connection with it that I've had with some of the other crafts I've tried on the channel. Like, I'm specifically thinking of cross stitch at the moment. I mean, it was a while ago now, but I do remember sort of almost straight away just liking cross stitch, and I had every intention of like continuing to do cross stitch even if I maybe haven't done it so far. But like, even now, it is still something that I would like to do at some point whenever I get around to it. But like this, I'm kind of like right there in the middle. But I need to have a break for now. Diamond art painting, I will give it this. It is easier on my hands. That's not really the case for my back though. So I've got to go like do my daily exercise stretches and take a break, and then I'm going to come back tomorrow. Hopefully I can finish this. It's a little bit hard to judge, but I don't think I'm quite at the halfway point yet. However, I have gotten faster at like applying the little rhinestone things. So I might be able to like go through it a little bit quicker tomorrow now that I've got the rhythm down. And also the like largest portion of this canvas is probably the sky. And that looks to be like, well, we've got 3 different shades of blue. So while it's a larger area, I don't have to switch out colours as often. So I may be able to get through that a little bit faster as well. But it remains to be seen. I will see you guys very soon for you, but it's going to be at least tomorrow for me. Well, here we are. Day 2 of very slowly adding individual tiny rhinestones to a canvas. I suppose I'm just going to dive straight in. I feel like I've done minimal commentary throughout this video. To be honest, I don't know what I could possibly say. What commentary is there to add when I am literally doing the same thing over and over? Grabbing my pen, getting a rhinestone, adding it to the sticky background. Repeated, what was it, 13,000 times? I don't know how you expand on that. I don't know. So I'm just going to dive straight back into the repetitiveness, starting off with number 8. I think that might have been the last number that we had to do. No, we got one more. We got 2. We're going to do 2, but yeah, I was going to skip back to the letters and go with N, but I think 2 is literally the last number, so I might get that out of the way first, because also there's literally only a couple of spots that require the 2 rhinestones, so yeah, let's do that. Back to the letters now with N. And moving on to letter M. It's J time. And then as I was working on my colour J rhinestones, I was offered some unexpected assistance.
What is it?
What do you think it is?
A wombat?
A wombat, yeah. You know why I'm doing a wombat?
Why?
Well, guess. Why do you think I'm making a wombat?
So Nana.
For Nana. Why am I making it for Nana?
I can see my stomach. Can I do a blue one?
When it's time to do the blue ones, I'll tell you and you can help me with them. Alright?
I'm gonna do a blue one.
Yeah, you can do a blue one.
I found the gold on the hand.
Found a gold one. Did that stick to your hand, did it? Let's not put Tilly in the sticky stuff.
Why?
Well, what if she gets stuck? Yeah, so what we need to do is just gently pick up a rhinestone like that. There we go. We're going to find a little J, and we're just going to... Whoop, hang on. Hang on. Press it down. There we go.
Can I sign my prize?
By yourself. All right, so you want to pick up one of these ones. Those ones, yep. Okay. So put it next to the one you just did. There you go. So you want to do the J's. Yeah, but you can't put them on just anyone. You've got to put them on the right letter. So that's a J there.
And then it doesn't get.
Well, because see how they're all different colours?
Yeah.
So we want to match the colour of the rhinestones to the colour on the paper. Oh, am I in your way, am I? Sorry about that. All right, let me finish the browns. And then I'll come and tell you when that's finished, and then you can help me with the blue.
Eat this?
No, you can't eat that. You're going to try and make yourself sick. You know you can't eat that.
It looks like bubble gum.
Well, it's not bubble gum. R for rhinestones. Queuing up the cue. We're on to H now. You know what? I haven't even been checking if I put these letters the right way up when I'm showing you. And now we've got O. O for... Oh, I'm starting to get a little bit sick of this shit. Yeah. Maybe I should get my niece back in here to help me some more. Although, don't tell her I said this, but she's a little bit more of a hindrance than a help.
Well, I'm nearly 4.
Yeah, you are nearly 4. That's true. All right, come up here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get...
A 3-year-old are supposed to be door.
A 3-year-old's supposed to be 4. No, 3-year-olds turn 4. So you're 3 now and you're going to turn 4 soon. All right, so do you know what that letter is?
Yeah.
That is...
The horn.
That's right. That's called L, letter L.
L.
All right, so we're going to put these in here, so just be careful so we don't knock them over.
L.
L.
Is right over there. L, that's it.
Ah, you dropped it. Can you grab it from there? Hang on, I got you. Oh, you got it? All right. Okay.
Can I put it in?
All right. Now I'll tip it in because it's
help?
You can help. We're just going to be real gentle. So hold the packet. I'm just going to tip it up gently on the sides so they don't all spill out at once. Yeah, all of them. Well, that's why we had to be gentle.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay. Now, can you see where an L is? That's it. So just use the pen to push it in place.
It's a little bit hard.
It's a little bit harder. Well, that's why you practice. You practice these things, you get better at them.
Yeah.
That's it. Good job. What was that for? Alright, so why don't I finish off this bit and then I'll tell you when I need to do the blue.
No, I'm gonna help with that and that.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna help with all of it.
You want to help with all of it, okay? You know, you're going to make this process so much longer than it needs to be. You realise that? You realise that? Let me finish the rest, or the rest of the browns, and I'll tell you when it's done. You can help me with the sky, okay? Good girl. You did a good job with the eyes. We'll tell Nana that you helped make her wombat. All right, now we can actually make some progress. C. And now we have A, which in this case is for almost finished, because this is the last shade of brown I have left to do before I start on the sky, which should make my niece very happy because she keeps coming into my room and telling me that I'm taking too long and she wants to help with the sky. Good news, I have finally finished all of the brown rhinestones. So the wombat itself is complete. Bad news, although this bad news will only be applicable to my niece, I think. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the sky today. I need to give myself a break because my back is screaming at me at the moment. So unfortunately, she has kinder tomorrow, so she won't be able to participate. So I'll have to find some other way to make it up to her. I was going to hold it up and show you all, but I want to make sure all the rhinestones actually press down on the background canvas before I do that. I would hate to have spent all this time individually putting all these bloody things down and then I pick it up and half of them fall off. I was actually thinking as I was doing that, I thought maybe I can keep the plastic covering that came with it, reapply that once I'm done, and maybe get the rolling pin out and use that to secure the rhinestones. Is that nuts or genius? It could go either way, but I'm willing to give it a shot. But obviously before I can do that, I need to complete the sky, which won't be today, so I'm going to put the covering back on. I might even, in the meantime, just set a couple of books on it, just to really help secure everything. And then I will be back to finish off the blue. It's about bloody time we got some colour up in this project. I'm getting a little bit sick of looking at browns. So I had every intention of sitting down this morning and finishing off my wombat diamond art painting. But a strange thing just happened. My desk broke. I literally just went to sit down and I put my hand on the desk to ease myself into my stool. And the side of my desk broke. The little desk that I use here is one of those ones that's got a center console. And the two sides of the desk are on hinges and they can, come out and you can prop them up. If you've watched my videos long enough, you've probably noticed that my desk wobbles a little bit. That is the reason for that. But the left side here, just one of the hinges has snapped clean in half and another hinge has just yanked the screws clean out of the wood. So the wood's destroyed. I've had to prop up the side of my desk with my chair at the moment because I'm currently home alone and I've got no one to help me because this is not the sort of thing that I can move by myself. So yeah, that's how my morning's going so far. And this video was supposed to go out tonight, so I wanted to get this finished this morning, edit, upload, all that fun stuff. So I can really do one of two things. I could push the video back another week and wait to get all this done, which I don't really want to do because I think it's been 3 weeks already. I do want to try and get a video out. This video was supposed to go out last week, but I just wasn't able to do that. Or I could call it there because I have done the majority of this project and then just finish this off in my own time. Literally, you know what, I've got, hop down for a sec, my Tilly. Alright, so I have done the bulk of this project and I've done enough of it to feel comfortable giving my opinion about diamond art painting. So yeah, you can see I've just got some of the sky to do. So the wombat's complete, the ground is complete, the sky is a quarter complete. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it there for now because my first thought was I'll just push it over a little bit and finish it off there, but I've got nothing to sit on it and I just physically cannot stand there and do it. And if I move my stool, the desk is going to come crashing down and that's going to take my lights, my equipment and everything with it. Yeah, I feel a little bit stuck between a rock and a hard place at the moment. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, push onwards. We're gonna conclude this video now. A bit of an abrupt ending, but I didn't see this one coming. In like some good news though, I did have some plans for like this, my little area here, which you were going to see in a couple of weeks anyway. So while no, I'm not happy that my desk broke, like it was kind of okay timing because I was going to be like changing things up anyway. So silver linings on all that. We'll try and look for the positives here. But to get back to the diamond art painting, you know, I've obviously had, you know, thoughts and feelings about it as I've been creating this project. But the thing is, I don't know how to like best articulate them, because like to begin with, I've got to try and separate out my feelings for like this specific kit and design from how I feel about like diamond art painting in general, because like this is my first exposure to diamond art painting, obviously. And like this kit, I don't know where it falls. Is it a good kit? Is it a bad kit? I don't know, because I don't have that background knowledge of diamond art painting. Like I had all the equipment that I needed. I didn't struggle understanding the instructions or anything like that. It was all good in that regard, but like the kit itself, it just feels cheap. Probably because I think it only cost me $6 or $7. It wasn't like that expensive, but where the more like negative feelings bubble up is it's kind of ugly. And I feel mean saying that. But the shades of brown, they're like murky and muddy. To me, I've like dabbled a little bit in pixel art before, and just the image itself seems off. Like to me, the highlighting and the shading, it doesn't make much sense. The colors just seem to be like randomly plopped on the wombat. But ultimately, I think like this could have been arranged. The colors could have been arranged a lot nicer, and the colors themselves could have been nicer. And I'm specifically speaking about, excuse me, and I'm specifically speaking about the rhinestones, which is a little bit disappointing. I mean, wombats are cute. I should be looking at this and going, oh, not ugh. But I'm trying to keep like that critique that I have separate from diamond art painting as a whole, because I don't think the issues I have with this specifically, you know, represent that in its entirety. So to get to that in its entirety, what do I think of diamond art painting itself? To level with you all, my feelings haven't really changed that much since I checked in with you a couple of days ago, I think it was, where I said that I was like just kind of neutral on it. I feel like I'm in the exact same place. I don't dislike this craft, but I can't say I like it much either. This is what I mean, like I can't really articulate what I mean. See, this is one of those instances where it might come in handy if I actually wrote scripts for my videos. But the best way I think I can explain how I feel about diamond art painting is the same way I felt back when I was a kid and people would give me like paint by number sets. Or did you ever have like those coloring books as a kid where you'd have a connect the dot page just with multiple dots all over the paper, and they were all numbered and you had to join them up? I hated those crafts as a kid. I was like, don't tell me what to do. I want to choose my own colors. I want to make my own drawings. And I kind of feel similarly about this diamond art painting situation. I don't feel like I'm accomplishing all that much just moving the rhinestones from like the packet to the canvas. There's like a disconnect there, or something there that makes me feel disassociated a little bit from the craft. I don't know if I'm making any sense. And I'm not trying to put the craft itself down or to make anyone who does enjoy diamond art painting, you know, feel bad about that fact. And as I acknowledged before, I can see this being like useful for, you know, people with health conditions, disabilities, and all that good stuff. But just personally, it just doesn't resonate with me. So while I am definitely glad that I tried it, and obviously I get to give a sort of cute wombat to my mum, I just don't foresee this being a craft that I want to continue long term. It might, I will acknowledge, it might be different if I came up with a design myself and was able to choose the colors myself. That might make me feel more like I'm a part of the creative process, if you get what I mean. Tilly, can we hold off on the noise for 5 minutes? I'm almost done. So yeah, maybe I would feel more like creatively satisfied if I did that and made myself a part of the whole process. Come here, you. Come here. So yeah, bit of an abrupt end. I wasn't prepared to do the conclusion or my final thoughts like right now. I expected I'd at least have another couple of hours to, you know, go over my thoughts and try and form them into like more coherent sentences that I probably put out a few minutes ago. But shit happens sometimes. You just gotta roll with the punches. So what we're going to do, and you can help me, Miss Tilly, this is kind of becoming your unofficial job on the channel, and that is to do... And today's featured creator on the hookup is, forgive me if I pronounce this incorrectly, it's Tato or Tato perhaps, and they say, I originally made this Google Doc to teach my friends how to crochet, but now I am hoping it can help more people. It is 19 pages with a breakdown of activities to learn how to crochet, leaning more towards amigurumi because that's what I make, links to patterns, both mine and others, with detailed notes, links to organizations for community service opportunities, what I use as someone learning to crochet for the past 2 years, and more. That is a really helpful resource. So as always, links will be down in the description. It's a shame that I didn't get to that earlier, so I apologize for that. But if anyone would like to check out those resources, all of the links will be down in the description, and so will a link to the hookup form if you'd like to apply for yourself. I don't really have anything else to add to this video. I certainly can't show you my finished project at the moment, but perhaps we can do an update on that, you know, in coming videos. As I said, diamond art painting, thoroughly smack bang in the middle, kind of neutral on it. I didn't hate it as much as I feared I would, but at the same time, I didn't absolutely love it either. It was just kind of a okay way to spend an afternoon, or a couple of afternoons. And I could see myself enjoying it more, like I said, if I had more like control or involvement in the actual like creative process, like making my own design, etc, etc, etc. We don't need to rehash all that. So that is all I have for you for now. What do I usually say in the outro? The brain fog is fogging up pretty well today. Thank you all for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it if you think it's worth sharing. And I will see you in the next one. Probably with a new desk. And depending on how everything works out, maybe with a bit of a change in the background here too. Say bye, Tilly. Say bye.